and welcome to Hymas Family Favorites. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my sister-in-law Katie's brown bag apple pie. To make our crust, first we're going to use a pie tin. I recommend using kind of a cheap disposable type tin, maybe one that you saved from a previous frozen pie crust that you purchased. When you bake this pie, it can get sticky on the bottom. It does come off, it's just sugar. But I prefer to just use a cheap pie tin. We're gonna use first a cup and a half of flour, and we're just gonna pour it right straight into our pie tin. And then we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. And we'll add 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna give that a quick mix to make sure our dry ingredients are distributed. Okay, then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cold milk and half a cup of oil. Now we're just gonna mix this straight in our pie tin. And after our ingredients are thoroughly combined, we're just going to press this into our pie tin along the sides. A much easier pie crust than trying to roll it out the old-fashioned way, but just as delicious. Okay, we've got that pretty well spread out with our fork, and now I'm going to use my spoon to just really press that in and smooth it out. Now we're going to set this aside while we work on our filling. For our filling, first we need some apples, some sliced apples. These are the apples from my apple tree, and we need 5 to 6 apples. And I like to use these apple peeler core slicers. You can buy them at Bed Bath & Beyond or any, I'm sure Williamson Sonoma, any kitchen store would carry them. This particular one is Pampered Chef, and so far it has been one of my favorites. So just take your apple and slice it, and I'm going to separate these slices. Set our peel aside. Our core and grab the next apple. Now that our apples are sliced, we're going to go ahead and add our other ingredients to the mix. This is a ½ cup of sugar. We'll sprinkle over the top. 2 tablespoons of flour. And a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And just using my hands, I'm going to just give this a toss to get our apples well coated in the flour and sugar and cinnamon. Now we're just going to use our pie crust and we're going to pile it in. You're going to want to put your apples in here pretty thick and heavy. This pie does bake down quite a bit, and so don't be afraid to just pile it on there and press. We'll set our pie aside, and to make the topping, we're going to put a ½ cup of flour, ½ cup of sugar, ½ cup of sugar, and a ½ cup of softened butter. And then using our pastry blender, we're just going to combine these ingredients. Okay. Now we're just going to take our crumb topping and pack it on top of our apples here. Get all the last yummy scraps and make sure that that's included. Now our pie is ready to bake. Now the thing that makes this brown bag apple pie is the brown bag. Just pick up an extra brown grocery bag when I'm at my grocery store. And we're going to go ahead and slide this right in. Now the nice thing about this is that the bag will catch any spillover while it's baking. And then I'm just going to fold our bag over and using a stapler, staple it closed. And now this is ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. Our apple pie has been baking in the oven for about 1 hour and 45 minutes to 1 hour and 50 minutes. We are ready to pull it out of the bag. And honestly, it might be a little bit easier to go ahead and stir the bag, get it out of the way. You can see that. Pull that out. And it may stick to your bag a little bit. And your hot pads. to serve this warm with vanilla ice cream. For more delicious recipes, check out our website at Jaime'sFamilyFavorites.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss another recipe.